Hey folks, I am Dave, the Not So Evil Viking 13, and we're about to watch the newest DayZ devlog after how many freaking months? Like 4? I don't know. A quick warning, this will be a live commentary, so if you guys have not watched the original video, don't complain about us talking, pause the video, press the annotation up on the screen right now, watch the original first, then come back. You guys all set?
Yep.
Yep.
Press play on my mark. 3, 2, 1, play. That's a new amount of detail. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot more detail.
It looks really choppy. Oh, they're not all wearing helmets. Nope, he's wearing a helmet.
And they're
There's
crouching.
Woo! Jump! Oh, he ran through a fence.
That broke his legs.
All right.
Whoa, the vegetation looks much, much better.
Did you
Yeah, I was
feel
wondering, like,
thirsty?
does that look any different?
Hey, are these two?
They said
different
they
groups of
implemented
people?
all the grass from Arma 3.
Are these two different groups of people going towards each other or towards zombies?
I can't tell, but this is like The Walking Dead right here.
This is some high-end loot here.
I see a lot of ARs.
I know, everyone's got some sweet weapons.
Wait, all the ARs are different. Look at all the attachments. The suppressors, lights, different sights.
So far, I think it's all stuff that's in Arma. But I know that that's going to be a thing. I like how
No.
there's one guy with no gun in the red. He's just creeping.
Are they like
None of the guns, Jeremiah, are
sideways
from
or
Arma.
something? You feel thirsty. I actually do.
Whoa, the muzzle flash. It's
He's got a
the bull
bayonet.
moves. The bull moves. Holy crap.
Look, he's got a bayonet. He's got a knife on the front. That's a cool thing.
Loot.
That is nice.
Whoa.
Melee weapons were a focus of this, wasn't it?
Well, that zombie still looks pretty broken. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Shadows look 1,000 times better. That was awesome.
You got hit by a grenade. Grenade zombie.
Worship the death.
Someone forgot to turn off their Steam notifications. Whoa, surrendering.
Nice.
That's cool.
I can see us using that. Breaking Bad season 2.
Is he getting handcuffed? He's getting handcuffed.
I need to change his clothes.
He's getting raped. No.
Oh, he's limping. That new player.
Next time when
Agent
Dave
Seal.
describes things, he's limping. He has no pants. It's a road.
It's a slow limp,
I
too.
do like the limping. That's cool. I hope that
Mocap
actually.
looks a bajillion times better.
It does.
The crouch run? No, that looks a little gay.
He's holding his stomach. You guys see that?
Yep.
That's cool.
Well, they showed it up close right after I said that. It's like, do you guys see it? The camera zooms in.
No, my video is completely different. Did you see the chopper?
To our death vlog reviewing
Talking.
the milestone that ended in July. So this milestone, the idea is to prepare and see if we can actually release a alpha based on this milestone, and the results were no. And what I'm going to cover now, while we've got some gameplay going on in the background, is
Not
the reason
unexpected.
behind that. A little bit more detail will be put on the dev blog in terms of some words, but here's a way. So the build is not ready for release. So we have now moved on.
He loves
to
playing with all that crazy amount of blur.
pushing forward to our next milestone and working on the issues that were presented with what we worked on in July. So I guess the biggest piece of work that's remaining for us is what we're calling the multiplayer network bubble. So what this means is that clients receive updates that are within the vicinity of them. At the moment in Arma, you receive updates from everything that occurs on the map. That works out very well for the Arma system, but it doesn't work out so well for DayZ. Where
Yeah.
we have hundreds of
The frame
thousands
rate
of
is
items
terrible when that
and
happens.
thousands of zombies on the map, and lots of players doing lots of complex little interactions. So what that means is, as the players moving around, they're only getting the updates that are close to them. This
That
gives
makes a
us
lot of
good
sense. That should
performance
make it run a lot better.
Yeah.
It gives us a lot more security in terms of dealing with hacking and things like that, because there's limited data available to the clients. That has been programmed to be developed as of this sprint that's coming up for us now. So we'll have more report on the progress of that in the next dev blog. Another thing we've been working on is finalising the injury and infection system. So we had a rudimentary system already implemented.
Whoa.
Based on two things that
That was a jump and a half.
and functionality reasons. That's actually being redeveloped. We've got a new animation tree for injured players, which you will have seen in the little preview that
Deaths are
occurred
faster.
and we're really excited about that. And I think that's another area of development that's going to carry on. But the aspects of this aren't going to block us from releasing the alpha, but we will be continuing with development on that and reporting in the next dev blog. Another area of development for us has been the attachment system and how that links in with our...
He plays on a really, really wide, like,
so we
field
really
of view.
want to finish all aspects of customization.
Yeah.
For
The sky, wow.
Functionality to a high level of quality. This provides us a benchmark weapon against which we can implement all other weapons. The artists, some people might have seen on the forums, have been
I
really
hate those
busy
zombie
coming up with
sounds
lots
so
of
much.
new styles of weapons and things like that. We're just like M4 now. We're going to add in all the functionality for the suppressor, different sights, extended mag.
He should turn down his game
all kinds of
audio.
stuff So that we have this
Yeah, it's hard to hear him.
excellent benchmark. Custom animations, custom muzzle flashes, everything per weapon so that we really make them shine. Because we think that weapons are your levels in DayZ, so they're very important and we want them to really reflect that. A further area of work has been damage and bleeding. So the damage system is being reworked for both performance and functionality to accommodate the needs of DayZ. There's a new bleeding system, quite similar at the moment to the old system, however it actually bleeds from the exact point that you're shot at and animates correctly. So we think that's quite a cool new addition. At the moment it's not working correctly in the multiplayer dedicated server, so that's something that we do want to have finished before we can push the alpha out. The report on the progress of this will be in the next dev blog.
Gun goes through the legs.
One big area of development has been database and security metrics.
Hey
and
guys,
things
look at
like
my
that.
chest.
So we're redeveloping the loot spawn system to be central server managed, and we're also preparing the database for a wide release. You know, it's got to
So they are going for the central loot database.
So
What a beautiful
that's
set of
a
words.
significant area of development as well.
Central
Finally, I
loot
guess one of our biggest
database.
areas of development beyond all this is stability, and this has been greatly improved in the last weeks, and I'm sure those of you who've had a chance to talk to the people who've been testing, they will tell you the same thing. We've still got some way to go to accommodate the player levels that we feel is necessary for useful feedback. And I guess that's kind of the most important point to make in this development blog. Everybody really wants it to be released, and you know we're really happy with how it's starting to look. But until we cover off on the very basic foundations of it, there's just nothing there to play. There's nothing there to really enjoy. We feel we're very close to that.
Just endless
but we
looting.
want to take the time that's necessary to deliver on that. And
Add to cart.
that is obviously frustrating for everyone involved.
He
both
can't
the
eat it, that's
community
glitched.
and, as well as people wanting to play it. But really, without these things, it's just not possible. So we really
Food has
appreciate
conditions
your
now.
patience with that. And I'll be posting more detail and text on the dev blog over the weekend as well, once I've had a chance to sleep. So we hope you enjoyed this.
Once you
little
had a chance to
teaser,
sleep.
And we're going to finish
Jeez,
off
poor
the
guy.
development blog with some interviews with some of the staff, so you can hear how things are going on. Thanks very much for tuning in.
Your mouth is dry. You feel thirsty.
Hi Evan, welcome again to the development.
Well, let's not
blog.
talk over top of interviews.
So what are you currently
Yeah.
working on at the moment?
That seems a bit pointless. So, alright, so what do you guys think?
Stress that I'm not there alone.
Wait, so are we not watching this anymore?
It's a
Um,
effort of me and Sentry, and currently
This is
I mean-
supposed to be just interviews. Maybe we should watch this later.
Okay. Yeah, it's all the rest of it's interviews. Well, I would say it's disappointing that it's not coming out yet. But it does look like they've made a lot of improvements. I'd still say the zombies look not that great. Their movement looks better
Their
most
deaths
of the
are much
time.
better.
Their deaths are better. It's still like the time is kind of glitched. Like you shoot them and then they die later. That still isn't
Really?
perfect.
Because I was noticing some really fast death
It
followers.
was better. It's still not great.
They don't look fun yet at all.
Yeah, they don't look very fun yet.
And I think, yeah, sad, but it's a key thing that he's saying basically that he's not releasing it yet because it's not fun.
Yeah, yeah, that did appear to be what he was saying.
To
was,
most human people. Now Dave is not human. He is alien, built on the Loot planet. So he would play this game for life, even how it was right now.
but yeah, well, I mean, I guess what else do they have to add before it's fun? Because it looks like it has everything that is in the regular game, right? Like, or is in the mod?
Yeah, it's something more like they wanted to get a little bit more stability, a little more content, because there's only like a few guns in right now, and that's kind of your leveling, and get those issues with the player locality finished, and then from there it's released.
I'm curious, like, what is the technical difference in making something fun to shoot, and like both the gun and the satisfaction of killing it? Like, what's the
Punchiness?
difference between Arma and, let's say Borderlands?
Well, I would say between that and Battlefield. So they're like similar genre. I mean, Borderlands, they can just make it up. They're all fantasy guns.
Right. But I'm talking about the mechanic, not as much as the
Fluidity,
weapon.
speed, like the fluidity of your character.
The reaction of the enemy, both in being hit and dying.
Yeah.
Big deal.
I think that's it, and yeah, it is still missing.
I can sum it up in a real quick word. It's actually the guy who created the very first Nintendo or first Mario Brothers game. He made a really interesting quote. He said, when they made that game, they had to make sure that anytime you played the game, things that you expected to happen happened. So if you jumped on a certain type of thing and before you even knew it was going to happen, you know what's going to happen. Like if you toss a tennis ball at a wall, you know it's going to bounce back. You know what it's going to look like. So like for DayZ, it's like you expect zombies when you hit them, they're going to like fall and crumple over in a certain way, but they just don't do that. And it's not fun. So it's so satisfying when Battlefield when you shotgun some person, even though in real life they're not going to maybe kick back that far, but it's satisfying and fun because it's kind of what you expect to see when you're playing the game, like when you're hearing the sounds.
That's true.
It's like has to be part of what your expectation is.
Yeah, that's true. If you're expecting that
All
to
that
happen,
connecting together.
yeah, that's true. Right now, you just don't really know what's going to happen. You're around shooting until they fall over, but you don't really feel like you have control over it.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the old style desync, it adds even more chaos to the mix.
And we don't know for sure that that's better.
Technically, it should be like it
should
on
be.
paper. It should be, yeah.
It should be, but we don't know that it's better.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see like actual player killing in the game, actually, to see if that worked any better, if it was any faster.
Because we all know that's what we're looking forward to.
I linked some high-res screenshots. For
Yeah,
you.
I looked at them.
Oh, wait.
All the different outfits are amazing. Just how everyone is at least slightly different now. It's so nice to see. And
Yeah,
of course, it's
that
high-res.
will be nice because it'll be easy to tell who's in your party and who's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the
Yeah,
10th random survivor that just showed up with the axe?
Yeah, the polish and the clothes and the graphics and the grass is all really quite nice. The lighting and that's a
muzzle
great
flash.
improvement. I just, what's making me hesitate about the whole thing is, how are they improving the actual DayZ experience? Stability is a huge thing, and I guess that's part of the reason that they're not releasing it yet. It's because that's not quite there.
Yeah, I still haven't seen anything that like blew me away. Like this is going to fundamentally be a different experience. Like it looks
Right.
prettier. There's more like there's helmets and different weapon attachments and stuff. But what's going to make the game play way different?
Right.
Yeah, it looks-
and I
looks
mean,
like
the
it's
only
building-
actual new mechanic that we've seen. So we have a better looting system, which is good. But we were always pretty happy to loot in the old game. And making things rare will drag that out longer, and having more stuff to get, like cosmetic things.
Right.
But then the only actual other new mechanic we've seen is the potentially handcuffing or capture.
Surrender. Yeah, capture.
But you have to wonder that as a mechanic can only go so far. Even without that mechanic existing, we've explored a decent amount of it. I mean,
It's true.
I guess my question would be, what new does it actually need? I'm kind of just looking forward to DayZ, the finished version without the hackers.
Yes, I mean that'll be huge.
I mean that'll help, but I guess what it needs from now, I still don't think the zombies are quite there. And if that is your primary thing, they need to be there. Like they need to be really good when you're shooting them.
Yeah, for long term people to stay with DayZ, because it's just going to go back to what it was again. Other than hacking, but it's just going to turn back into the same old grind and stuff. But the zombies are really going to create like awesome scenarios. That's what's going to make it fun. So you're not always just worrying about other people, but having the zombies going, holy crap, or if you just want to play by yourself, it's going to make a fun game by yourself too. But
the zombies did look
mean?
a little more intense than before, but I still don't think.
No,
I don't think they're
way to
quite
go.
there yet, but it did look like when he was running away and the zombie was right behind him, it did look like he wasn't. You weren't sure if he was going to get away or not. So I mean, that's something.
Yeah, it does look like a definite improvement. I don't think just because of the engine that it's on, we're going to see the dreamlike improvement that we'd like. And
Probably,
just a really
that's true. That's true.
satisfying death. I mean, and zombies never really were the draw of Arma. They're just of DayZ. They're just part of the scenario that makes it interesting.
But I think the better the zombies are, the more
Yes.
likely people will shoot them instead of just running around them like we do,
Yeah.
run around them and shoot each other.
The more longevity, the more challenge, the more interesting scenarios. Because at the end, it just turned into PvP kind of really Arma style conflict, which is kind of when we started playing Arma, because we're like, hey, we can just do this
Yeah.
in a game where we can have all the gear and we don't have to spend an hour gathering it up.
Well, like we just did, we can kill 50, 60 people in an hour and a half and have a great time, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Joel.
I was gonna say the biggest draw for me in DayZ, if it doesn't have it, the only reason I really enjoy it is because it's the only really good co-op, like Fallout game, basically. That's for me.
Yeah.
I really hope he just adds more Fallout type stuff, and like that's why I like the zombies. I mean, I don't really care about too much of the other bandits and stuff. I like sneaking around with you guys and going into places and stuff. That was probably one of the most fun things to do.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
boring.
that is
It's
probably
just
the
boring
most.
when all the zombies are just so dang annoying and they like chase you around like stupid chickens. And
Yeah.
so I want to get that to because I love finding loot and stuff, but then once you get really good at it, you know exactly where loot is. Everything's the same old grind. And for me, it's like it's like now you just know it's gonna take an hour and a half to find a really nice gun, and then to do this, and then you'll die, and so then you just spent an hour and a half dying. So it's like, but if you don't know what's around the next corner, it's gonna be more fun, but you're gonna have more time to explore, and you're gonna feel more like immersed into it. Going, I wonder what's gonna be in this house. Where
I
we'd
think
be like,
all-
let's not go into barns because we know what goes in barns.
I think all standalone really needs to do is, obviously the small improvements from the mod, like making the loot system not so predictable, improving the graphics and that sort of thing. But the two main things need to be better longevity as far as your persistence, your camps, your hideouts, your vehicles, your end game stuff. Like the more of that there is to do, and then like everyone else has been saying, make the zombies fun. Those two things I think are the key. The persistence and the better zombies.
So
Yeah.
as exciting as it is to get into something at launch, I mean, is this something that you guys are all like, if they released it tomorrow, would we be playing it?
If there
And I
is
don't
the
ask that, like-
persistence. Sorry, go ahead.
Realistically, the answer is probably yes. But if it was just you and it wasn't a group of people playing it together, are you excited to hop back in?
If I could feel secure that like my gear is still gonna be there and the server's not gonna go down all the time and like there is persistence by myself, yeah, it'd be worth trying it and trying to meet people and stuff. With a group, definitely. But like, that's I think that's what it would take for me. Is I'd have to be reasonably secure that my stuff's gonna last. Like that period last summer where everything worked for like 2 months. Like we had all our stuff, we had our server.
Our own server, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
So that was when it was the best, I think.
Yeah.
So if it
I'll give it a shot. If
if
the
it can be that
servers are
reliable, I'll
working
do it.
And all
I
the
just
stuff's
wonder-
actually working.
I just wonder with such a release without a lot of the planned mechanics like vehicles, like all that, if you kind of are going to get tired of it at a point, and
Possibly.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
just wonder if it's going to have the draw to pull me back in after they start adding those things in a year.
Yeah, I'll definitely play it right off the bat. But yeah, keeping me for a long term, it'll only keep me as long as until like the next really good game that's like that comes out, or something like that. Because if they don't have regular updates and things are really coming out, not like, oh, we fixed one tiny thing on a zombie, it's like, whatever. It's like, I want like something really cool,
Right.
like a huge
They
encounter
would
or
probably have to be doing like a major feature probably every month for it to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds kind of extreme, but I think that's what it would take for me to, because I don't want to play
To
the
play
same
by
experience
myself,
I've been
at
having. I want to be getting the new experience that we've been promised. Not that, I mean, so far I haven't paid them any money. So if it doesn't work out, again, it's nothing I can do about it. But once we start paying for the alpha, we kind of then start expecting them to start delivering on those of the promises that they've made. Now we'll see if they revise that when they release the alpha. They might say, this is going to be pretty much like this for a year, and if that's not good, sorry. It could be that, and if it's if that's the case, I probably still will buy it, but I won't plan on playing it that much.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say the DayZ experience alone is worth whatever price they put on it because it's a great thing, but I just don't know if it's going to have the 140-hour hold that it had on me the first time,
Right.
even with these, with this new polish.
Yeah, I think I'm probably in the same boat. I don't know, Dave, what about you? You've been pretty quiet.
I'm pondering.
He's actually playing the game.
I mean, I don't, in case it doesn't sound like it, I'm excited. I'm
Oh, me
definitely
too.
excited. I'm like, I liked seeing the video. Everything looked really cool. Like, it all looked cool. It's just, I didn't see anything that made me go, if they put this up for sale right this second at, $50, would I be in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to see.
50 would be
I'd
high.
love-
I'd probably wait.
Yeah, I don't think I would buy it for 50 right away.
I'd probably pay 30.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know Rocket's
Maybe.
intentions are good. I don't doubt his intentions at all. But we know that the Arma engine's not the best for this. So we don't, despite all his intentions, we still don't know if he's gonna be able to deliver. So far, he hasn't made those huge strides that we've been wanting to see. We've seen definite improvements, but we haven't. It doesn't seem like a totally different game.
Yeah, it sounds like a really hard engine to make it work for
It
this
does.
thing,
It does, and unfortunately, I hope that he hasn't boxed himself into a corner by still using that engine. Like, would it have been different if he used Source? Would Source even do it? Who knows? But
Source definitely not.
well, I mean, but something else like
Yeah.
Unreal. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
Something that's at least farther along and like being able to do that kind of
The fa-
multiplayer stuff,
The Fallout engine. I mean, I don't know.
Oh gosh,
Like-
that thing branches back to 2001.
No, but like- like-
No.
even the Warzy engine, as bad as it looked like, was really smooth when you like shot people. Like it was like instantaneous, or there's no lag. So like, I wish they at least start off on an engine like that and then expand and make it look awesome and actually do it right. But I
I
would
haven't
hope,
seen
I
any
hope-
player versus player yet, so it could be
Yeah.
like that in DayZ.
I wish he would just go off the map for a year and like reintroduce the game as a whole reboot and just like wow me like the Division did. That would blow me away if it was like, holy crap, everything was just super polished and the map looked awesome and it's got all sorts of new places and looked really apocalyptic. That would blow me away.
There's now a full HD version of the video on YouTube, 1080p.
Bye, Dave. Guess you'll be watching it. On
Really?
repeat.
Where is it?
Refresh the page. It was still being processed.
It's only showing 480p for me.
Really? I have full HD, 1080p.
Can you
Yeah,
download it and
720.
can you throw it in Dropbox?
I'm actually only getting the 720p download. That's odd.
Well,
I think YouTube's playing catch up, but I don't know. As far as what I'm expecting out of standalone, I really was getting into it the most right when we got our server, but the problem was that stability was a problem and hacking became such a problem that you couldn't depend on anything staying the same even overnight.
right.
And without that persistence, that kind of ruined the game for me. So really, all I'm wanting out of standalone is the stability. If it was the mod, just like I could depend on it again, I would probably pay for that. Anything beyond that is exciting for me. That being said, I am looking forward to a lot of these other planned changes where it's going to really feel like a new game again. The new disease system, the construction system, all of the above, really. I just don't need any of that, I think, to enjoy DayZ again.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, you're probably right. I mean, if they fixed all the things that aggravate me and make me want to stop playing it, um, you know, I
Yeah.
guess I'd remember the parts I liked more.
It's $30 for a bug fix.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too bad seeing you didn't pay for it in the first place.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I paid for Arma.
That's right,
Yeah.
you paid for Arma.
Well, I mean, right, but like the only reason I bought Arma was for DayZ. Now, although I can't really say that now because I am playing Arma, but I, I I would view it as I pretty much did buy DayZ. That's the only reason I bought Arma at first.
Yeah.
But I am getting more value out of it now for sure.
At the same time, that wasn't what you purchased. You can't like expect value out of something else.
No. You're right. You're right.
Just being nitpicky.
It's all right.
Dave's a massive DayZ fanboy.
I think I'm still pretty cautious here.
We're all excited. It's okay. We can talk about
I'm
it.
not weeping, Joel. Okay, give me some credit. Weeping with joy.
You're actually in the bathroom right now collecting your tears.
I'll
No.
follow them until the alpha release.
All I'm hoping is that when the game comes out, that I'm home first so I can play it before Dave. That's all. Just so I could say it.
You don't understand, Joel. I've got a day off saved just for DayZ. You're not beating me home, son. I'll like slash your tires in the parking lot.
I'm gonna be the first to the top of that mountain, and then I'll wait for you guys to come up there and shoot you. So yeah, no, hopefully all the servers work really well and just go nuts.
I was trying to interject it earlier in the video, Jeremiah, about the weapons. None of the guns in DayZ are from Arma at all anymore. They actually pulled every single weapon not rebuilt specifically for DayZ. Like they're all gone now.
Right, but you were saying they look so different. All I was saying was they don't actually. To me, they don't look that different now. It looks like all the different things that are on them are pretty much the same as the combinations in Arma. And then I saw the bayonet, which is of course different and cool.
Yeah, the combos, might be the same. There's only so many accessories for a firearm, but check out this screenshot right here, the one of the rifle on his back there. There's an incredible amount of detail, far beyond even what Arma 3 has on a lot of their guns right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm seeing like the magazine ejection, what is it? The bolt release, like it's all actually modeled on the gun. It's pretty intense.
All right. Well, you guys about ready to wrap this up?
Yeah. Last estimate, how long do you think it will take for him to actually get the game out?
I'm saying the holiday season.
Yeah, I'd be really, I think I'd eat my hat if it came out before the end of the year. But I'm gonna say spring this coming spring.
Spring.
Yeah.
For just alpha release?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna say Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's where I'd put it.
Yeah, I say it's hard to speculate. I think it could be like early September through spring, like Joel said. I don't think Rocket knows either, and I think that's a good thing. They're basing it on where is it actually at, not what date we want to meet.
I'm just basing my estimate off of how the progress they've made contrasted with the progress they thought they were going to be making at this time. I'm guessing that's about where they'll end up.
Yeah,
But
just look.
we could all be wrong.
So slow.
But it looks. I mean, they seem pretty happy with it, and the improvements look good.
I'm glad. I'm glad the way they're handling it. Take as much time as you need. Get it right.
Yeah. I was actually glad to hear that it wasn't coming out if it wasn't ready. Like, he could have said, it's kind of buggy and things are missing, but we're going to try to push it out to everyone anyway. No.
There'll be plenty.
Like, you just don't want to play for the first week anyway.
There'll be plenty of time for that, for buggy and not working. All right, guys.
I think let's wrap it up with final thoughts from each person. Chris?
All right.
Promising, but
Promising?
We'll see if it fulfills.
Jeremiah?
I like where they're going. It's still not all the way there for me, but I'm seeing improvement.
Joel?
Can't wait to go into a city, fake surrender as Dave's like on a mountain sniping for me. That would be awesome.
I'll second that. I'll second that.
Like, oh, I'm by myself. Just kidding. Sniped.
I'd say I
What I'll
am.
loot for them.
I am
Again, it's
grimly patient. I think. Like I'm just kind of selling in for the long haul here. I'm excited for it, but I'm not going to be like I need it right now because I want to see a good product in the end. I want to see it succeed, not release quickly.
Yeah,
don't think those two
I want to
things
see
can-
his dreams come true.
Yeah, I don't think getting it out quickly and having it succeed can work together right now.
Probably not. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So I'm just being patient.
All right.
That's that. See you guys.
Good night,
Bye.
chaps.
yeah.